Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is just a quick update on the 4 pictures that I included in the last video. The more observant may have noticed that there was fundamentally 2 poses, I'll call them. So the blooms were slightly rearranged and a different picture was taken. I took about 15 shots, I think, altogether. But some of them were taken as the blooms were, as the plant presented them. And then I actually twisted one to get a different aspect and a different view. And the other thing that I did was, obviously the laptop has only recently been returned, so I've had to reinstall lots of software. And the photo editing software that I used, I didn't notice, but when I actually downloaded it, it's a free piece of software. There's a seriously upgraded version that I got that I hadn't planned on getting, if you see what I mean. So when I first started editing the photos, I couldn't work out how that software worked. It's a far more advanced version than I'm used to, and I don't need. So I couldn't find half of the things I'm used to using to get in the pictures how I want. I mean, they're only tweaks, they're not major big deals, but simple little things I had a job to find. So the first 2 pictures were done with that software. And then once I'd actually realised, I went back and found the older version and installed that. And the second, not my trouser leg, sorry, it's Hurricane Hector. The 3rd and the 4th pictures were done with the other software. So basically you've got pose number 1 done with the first bit of software, that's picture 1, and then that same sort of pose, picture 3, done with the older version of the software, which I know how to handle. And then the same with picture 2 was done with the flashy software, pose number 2, and picture 4 was done with the older software, pose number 2. And quite honestly, I chose picture number 3, and the main reason is it's the sharpest. It's the one that's got most of the 3 blooms in focus, which when I'm that close in is very difficult to deal with because the depth of field is shallow at that magnification. So that was the one that was most sharp. It's not the one that represents the colours best, but it's the one that looks nice, which is that's what's going to get judged, isn't it? You know, it's this is a nice picture, sort of thing. Anyway, so picture number 3 is the one that's been sent off, so that's already been done. So it's not open to debate anymore. I do believe, as far as the sort of comments are concerned, it was quite a close call between 3 and 4. Those were the softer versions, I'll call them. The tone of the colour was a warmth to it. Pictures 1 and 2 were a more cold looking thing. You should have seen the ones that I took with the flash. It looked like the blooms had been coated with wax, so that was a no-no. Anyway, there's just a quick update to let you know what I've done. I've posted the actual picture on Facebook, and for the also incredibly astute visual people, picture number 3 in the video has got something that the picture on the Facebook group hasn't got. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell you what it is. See, those of you who, not everybody that watches the YouTube channel actually gets involved with the Facebook group, I know, but quite a lot do. So for those that do both, you now know that I chose picture number 3, but picture number 3 in the video has got something in it that the picture on Facebook hasn't got. See if you can find what that is. And then perhaps you could possibly think how I managed to get that different. It's the same picture, but one's had a little bit more editing than the other one, shall we say. And that's the first time I've used that bit of software. I didn't even realise I had it, but I couldn't go back and retake the picture. There was a flaw in it. Picture number 3 had a flaw. So it had the same flaw as back in the Dendrobium senile picture. Oh, great picture apart from the blah blah blah. Anyway, I managed to remove it. So see if you can spot that. Anyway, picture number 3, it's gone off to the guy and he's acknowledged it, and so we're underway. We won't find out anything about that, and quite honestly I don't expect to do that well this month. Depends what else other people have got in, but you know, that is not a spectacular blooming. It's 3 blooms, you know, on a plant that could potentially have 3 dozen blooms. So we'll see what they think anyway. But I'm not building my hopes up like I did last month, where I expected to win. It's a different thing altogether last month. I'd have put in a complaint if that plant hadn't come first, or at least second anyway. Anyway, so it's done now, and we'll have to wait till the last Friday of the month to find out if it did anything at all, or how well it did, or whatever. And yeah, so see you next time. Thanks for joining in. That was great. If you haven't already done it, can you click that subscribe button, please? For those who have recently, that's brilliant. The numbers of my subscriber numbers have jumped up quite dramatically in quite a short space of time. That's the fastest rate of climb I've ever had. So thank you for those that have just clicked on that subscribe button. As I say, it doesn't cost you anything. It's a free service. And quite honestly, it makes no difference to you as a viewer. No difference whatsoever. But it makes a lot of difference to me. So if you haven't done it, please do so. It would be appreciated. And you can click the like button as well if you like. Why not go the whole hog? Let's do what everybody else does. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to click that like button. Or dislike button if you don't like it. I don't do that on my videos. I always think, you know, we're grown-ups at the end of the day. We can choose to do these things. We don't need telling all the time. But if you haven't subscribed, it would be appreciated. That's as far as I'm going to go. And thanks for joining in. The number of comments on that video was a lot, quite honestly. Some of the comments were just like 3 or 2, just the number. That's all it needed. You know, as I said, I did a quick analysis, and 3 won by a short neck, I think is the expression. Not that I'm a racing person, but anyway, thanks for joining in. A bit of fun at the end of the day, and see you next time.